Joseph of Arimathea, a powerful name echoing through the annals of history, a member of the Sanhedrin, the ruling council of the Jews. This was no ordinary man. He held a position of great influence and authority. He was a leader in Israel, respected and wealthy, known for his wisdom and fairness. Yet behind his social standing, a secret rested in his heart. He believed in Jesus, the man from Nazareth. The miracles, the teachings, they resonated deep within him, stirring something profound in his soul. But he kept it hidden, fearing the repercussions of his newfound faith. The political climate, the fear of the Pharisees, it kept his faith shrouded in secrecy. The Sanhedrin was a powerful body, and dissent was not tolerated. The world saw a successful Jewish leader, a man of stature and respect, but God saw a heart drawn to the truth, a heart yearning for something more, something beyond the material wealth and social status. Joseph of Arimathea, a man of influence, found himself at a crossroads. His faith in Jesus was growing stronger, but so were the risks. Would he cling to the shadows, or would he step into the light? The choice was his to make, and it would define his legacy for generations to come. The news of Jesus' crucifixion swept through Jerusalem. The city was abuzz with the tragic event that had just unfolded. The streets were filled with murmurs and whispers, as people tried to make sense of what had happened. Despair gripped the hearts of his followers. They were devastated, their hopes shattered. The man they believed to be the Messiah was gone, and with him, their dreams of a new kingdom. Yet, amidst the sorrow, Joseph found his moment. He couldn't stay silent. He had to act. He approached Pilate, a bold request. This was not just any request, it was a plea that could change everything. He asked for Jesus' body. This was a daring move, one that required immense courage. Joseph knew the risks, but he was determined. Imagine the scene, the hushed whispers, the astonished looks. People couldn't believe what they were hearing. A respected member of the council was openly defying the authorities. This was an extraordinary act of defiance. Joseph was putting everything on the line. His actions spoke louder than words, showing his unwavering commitment. Joseph, the secret disciple, was now a public advocate. The risk was immense. He had kept his faith hidden, but now he was stepping into the light. His reputation, his position, even his life, all were on the line. He knew that this act could cost him everything he held dear, but his love for Jesus outweighed his fear. He was willing to sacrifice it all for the one he believed in. His faith gave him strength. He would honor his Lord, no matter the cost. Joseph's courageous request was a testament to his devotion and bravery, a shining example of true faith in the face of adversity. Claiming the body of a crucified criminal was a dangerous act. In the eyes of the Roman authorities, such an act could be seen as a direct challenge to their power and control. The crucifixion was meant to be a public spectacle, a warning to all who might dare to defy the empire. The Romans could see it as treason. They were always on the lookout for any signs of rebellion or dissent, and anyone who showed sympathy to a crucified criminal could be marked as a traitor. The Jewish leaders could brand Joseph a traitor. They had their own reasons for wanting to maintain order and avoid the wrath of the Roman occupiers. Associating with someone condemned by both religious and civil authorities was a risky move. His social standing could crumble. His influence could vanish. In a society where reputation and status were everything, Joseph's decision could lead to his ostracization. He could lose his wealth, his friends, and his place in the community. He knew the consequences, but he refused to let fear paralyze him. Joseph's courage was not born out of ignorance but out of a deep conviction. He understood the risks, yet he chose to act out of love and respect for Jesus. He took Jesus down from the cross. This act was not just a physical task but a profound statement of his faith and loyalty. It was a moment that would define his legacy. His hands, accustomed to fine linens and rings of authority, now cradled the broken body of the Savior. The contrast between his former life of luxury and this humble act of service was stark and poignant. He wrapped Jesus in a clean linen shroud, a final act of love and respect. This was not just a burial, it was a sacred duty, performed with the utmost care and reverence. He was a secret disciple no more. Joseph's actions spoke louder than any words could. He stepped out of the shadows and into the light, declaring his allegiance to Jesus. He was a servant of the King. In that moment, Joseph's life was transformed. He had made a costly sacrifice, but in doing so, he found a higher purpose and a deeper sense of belonging. Joseph had prepared a tomb. Carved out of rock, it was meant for him. his final resting place. But now, it would serve a far greater purpose. He laid Jesus there in the darkness, in the silence. It seemed like the end. The hopes of a nation, the dreams of a Messiah, all buried in a borrowed tomb. But sometimes, God's plans unfold in the most unexpected ways. Sometimes the greatest victories are birthed in the darkest of places. Joseph's act of sacrifice, his willingness to give up his own tomb, became a testament to his faith. Joseph of Arimathea. He teaches us that true faith requires courage. It demands action. We cannot hide our light. We cannot stay silent. He challenges us to step out of the shadows and into the light of God's love. He reminds us that following Jesus means giving up our plans, our comforts, our very lives. His legacy lives on, a legacy of bold faith, a legacy of courageous action, a legacy of selfless sacrifice, and in the end it is a legacy that points to the greatest truth of all. He is risen. Are you willing to stand for Christ when it matters most? If this message encouraged you, share with someone today.